right, so here today we do got something pretty fun. We actually have a nice little dev interview. Yes, so this is a Korean site or either a Japanese site. It's one of the two, and they kind of hold these interviews constantly where they kind of interview from it's mainly Nikke Studios. Other than that, or rather Ship Studios. Other than that, there's other companies that they obviously take care of, but let's just jump into this. I don't know what I'm trying to explain here. I'm trying to explain this site has credibility. That's what I'm trying to say, all right? So again, today we're going to hop into it. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. It helps out a ton. A lot to talk about over here, so let's hop over to the site. Yeah. So this is the interview over here. Nikke 1.5 anniversary director interview. Silver Gun Squad. Marion's past is discussed. How Suyin basically became CEO will be depicted along with Laplace's past. Nikke. This is the entire interview. So again, same person from the obviously stream. I think you've seen that, right? Same again, CEO or dev kind of interview we always get, where they talk about the dev notes constantly. Same person. That's the entire thing. In celebration of the 1.5 anniversary of Goddess of Victory Nikke, again after this point it'll be called Nikke, we bring to you the first in a series of interviews with various departments at Shift Up Development. The first interview is with this person over here, the director who is indispensable to Nikke. We asked him in detail about the points that we are curious about while playing the game from its release up until now, and we even shared some hints that will lead to the future. So again, this is the kind of point of why I'm making the video. There is some cool stuff here. Please know that this article may contain spoilers, so please be careful if you are a commander/user who has not played some of the chapters. Obviously for my audience as well, if you haven't played some of the chapters, there may be spoilers in here, so again, keep that in mind. The April Fool's event was interesting. What made you choose Suyin as the main character? At the time, I thought that Suyin was the only character other than the Nikkes who could fit into the mischievous atmosphere of April Fool's Day. I also thought I couldn't show Mustang's butt. I also thought that I couldn't show Mustang's butt. Okay. There are what? There are some scenes where Nikke acts alone without a commander. Does the commander not always have to accompany them? Are there any criteria for who accompanies them? Oh, good question. I mean, the pilgrims move on their own, others move on their own too. So yeah, simple missions that do not require a strategy may not be accompanied by a commander. For example, in the case of a mission such as resource collection, the location and purpose are clearly determined, so a commander does not need to accompany them. The same goes for simple transportation work. In that case, mass-produced Nikkes do not need need a large loss even. That do not need or lead to a large loss, even if lost are often sent. Okay, or like absolute or I think Mattis, right? So what they're trying to say here. Nikkes that are so skilled they can carry out their own operations that do not need a commander. When planning the interview structure, where did the idea of making the conversation selectable come from? Okay, I did not want to make a system where Nikke's favorability level changes simply by touching it. I thought that the dialogue was necessary to increase the favorability level of intelligent beings, so I reflected that in the system. Oh, selectable thing, like picking one of them. Obviously, that's a garbage question. There are scenes where, right or no, they're trying to ask, like, when planning the interview, like the talking function with a Nikke. I mean, that's like a typical game thing, right? You've played like Telltale games or so many other games. Like any game does that, right? But yeah, there are scenes where Anise and the others are receiving salaries. What is the Nikke's average annual income? I'm curious if it's more or less than the people at the Ark. It depends on the job type and responsibilities, but overall it's quite low compared to people at the Ark. Nikke's like Rupee, Dora, and Yang are incredibly rich even by human standards, but to Nikke's they are super rich beyond belief. Okay, that's a fun one. Does Anise's butt smell? It depends on the time and situation. Okay. Will there be squads with set uniforms like the Absolute Squad in the future? Yes, there are many such squads planned. I hope you look forward to them. Oh, pretty cool. So, yeah. Again, this is the Absolute Squad, which I think is the one in the image, right? Let me just make sure. But yeah, again, they've also kind of referred to, I don't know where I've seen this, but yeah, it was like something that my comments said also, but they said it that like they want to do, or up and coming, or at some point, obviously, right? They're going to do, because it's like a popular KR thing, like office clothing. So we're going to see some like office workers, like similar to Zala, but we're going to get like a full squad like that. But yeah, Absolute is Yunwa, yeah, right there, Vesti, and Emma. So we might see more squads with set uniforms. So there is that. There is a Nikke from the Navy like the Aegis Corp. But are there plans to release a Nikke from the Air Force? Yes. It is not yet decided when he will appear, but when she will appear, I'm guessing it's appear. Sorry, it's a mistranslation. But preparations are steadily progressing, so we might get an Air Force Nikke soon, as we've gotten one from the Navy. Kind of cool, right? So this is the entire Navy thing, right? So in the future, you might get an Air Force Nikke. I'll take that. I'll take that. That's pretty sick. Not bad. Not bad. How much freedom of movement are Ink and Einik allowed? Can they leave their room or building? Those are the two from the basically the contents we can play, right? Ink and Einik basically can move within the space given to them. They can go anywhere they want, but they are limited by themselves. This is to prevent chaos and physical destruction. How many grams? Okay. Or I think this is a mistranslation again. How many grams of sugar are in Sugar's special vending machine coffee? It makes the coffee so thick that it becomes maple syrup. It's a huge amount. Well then, please tell me why Dorothy's unit is called whatever this is, inert, yeah, and not the proud goddess, because Dorothy is not a goddess now. For some reason, she fell out of the goddess unit, and now she's in a squad called inert, right? To achieve her own goals, does Nikke's hair grow naturally? Although the speed varies depending on the individual, everyone's hair grows. Maybe one day Nikke, the hair designer will appear. Wow, we're gonna get a Nikke hair designer. Hey yo. So there is that. In the world of Nikke, there are no prominent occupations for men other than commander. Nikke do most of the jobs, but what kind of work do average men do? It's the same as today's society. They don't just appear in the game story, but the average men work and live in their own positions. Are there any members of the in the Silver Gun squad that Marion belonged to? There are other members. I plan to reveal them when I talk about Marion's past. Ooh, the Silver Gun squad. Wow, part of Marion's squad. Huh? Let me just see this Silver Gun squad. I'm curious if there's anything in Nikke. So yeah, it just shows Marion when you search it up. Silver Gun just shows Marion. So I wonder. Her original squad was Silver Gun. Huh. And there was, okay, so there's a leaked Nikke pops up when you search that. So yeah, there was an old Nikke that was leaked that was apparently part of Silver Gun. So yeah, in the future we could actually see the rest of Marion's squad. Are there other members of Silver Gun that Marion belonged to? There are other members. I plan to reveal them when I talk about Marion's past. So obviously we're going to get some more of Marion's past now. Obviously speaking, where we currently stand in the game, I think you know where Modernia is mentally and physically and emotionally. So we definitely will have an expansion on that. Again, a lot of people want to see a new Modernia. I am not going to lie to you. There is a high chance you see a Modernia just because they know it prints money. They know Modernia prints so much money that I'm not going to lie that you're probably going to get another Modernia at some point. But yeah, Marion's squad, we're going to see the rest of her squad, which is kind of cool. Yes, Silver Gun squad. That's actually sick. So we're going to get an Air Force Nikke, a hairdresser Nikke, and at some point we're going to see the rest of Marion's squad, which is Silver Gun, and it's going to expand that into our plot point that we've left at the start of the game, basically, since a very long time. It's been a while since we've gotten that, so that's sick. I would like to know why Suyin, CEO of Missless Industries, has become the way she is. Is it because she grew up in a harsh family environment, or how did she end up in the state? I can't understand it, I'm guessing. Or, I'm sorry, no, it's the response. I can't tell you the details, but judging from the fact that such a child became the CEO of a huge company determines the fate of the arc, I can imagine that she probably went through a lot becoming the CEO. She may not have had any choice, or she may have faced more difficulties than she could have imagined. This would be depicted together with Laplace's past, but the timing has not yet been decided. So we're going to get another expansion on Laplace's past. Wow. Damn, do they say more in this than they say in their own dev notes? It's just that, am I wrong? Like, yo, I'm not trying to be like a mean about it, but like they literally say more in this thing. Like, you know, we're going to get an expansion on Laplace's past. We're going to get an expansion on, you know, Marion's, you know, past also with, again, her entire squad and such. We're going to get, again, a hairdresser and a Nikke from the again, Air Force. I mean, I'm happy with this, dude. I'm happy. Everything except Johan's head is mechanical, is Johan's body an application or, again, technology of a Nikke, or is it his own technology? It's Eden's technology. Eden's technology is more advanced than the Ark's. So dare is that. Why is Epinal the only one of Life Tonic's Nikkes made by Missless? Because Epinal wanted to ride a skateboard and was good at it. Mustang talked to Missless directly and had him assigned to a unit under Tetra. It's surprisingly common for Nikkes from other companies to be assigned to units under a certain company. This is a new question. Is it, or is Rapunzel a natural Weirdo, I guess I can say. I don't know if I can use this word. Sometimes words are blocked here, so you can read that out loud. I'm not gonna say that, but is she naturally one? We already know that though. Red Hood literally tainted her. If you were to say, like she caused it. Like you know what I mean? So I think that that's the case. But yeah, I mean, I think we all expect that one. But yeah. Well then, what a question, dude. Whoever wrote these questions is wild. It is something that was acquired after some kind of change in thinking. Red Hood noticed Rapunzel's talent early on, so I think it's reasonable to think that it was something she was born. Oh, that's the answer. She was born with it. Yo, she was born with that tendency. I guess we can go with that. Wow. Wow, I thought it was just Red Hood doing it. No, Rapunzel was a little bit naughty in the beginning too. Holy hell, that explains it. What is what's her name? Scarlett's favorite booze. There is nothing that she particularly dislikes, but she doesn't really like things that contain additives. She prefers natural flavors, which is why she makes her own. There's that. So yeah, last year there was an event starring the Aegis Corp, but are there plans for any event starring the Infinity Rail Corp? There are none planned this year. It may be possible in the future. We'll see. Basically, let me just check. Infinity Rail Squad or Corpse. I just wrote the wrong word and I spelled it completely incorrectly. That is. Oh yeah, these are the Nikkes from the image that I keep showing in my thumbnail. One of my favorite arts. That is again Soline. That is Diesel, and that is Brid. So they don't have a plan anytime soon, which is kind of expected. For some reason, they hate those characters, other than releasing the same 10,000 like skins for Diesel. But you know, beside that, who's counting? But yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, so there's that. Aegis Corp is I think the water, right? Yo, I'm forgetting my own squads, dude. I'm sorry. Aegis Squad is the water one, right? Yeah, I was right. See. So yeah, there is that. Will we be able to see Red Hood in the Outpost sudden event in the future? The time setting for the Outpost sudden event is currently ongoing. Red Hood sudden event will not take place. So there's that nice little confirmation there too. So I mean, how was this? Pretty good. I think this was a very good interview. A lot of questions kind of answered. A lot of truths, you know, unmasked. I mean, like the shocking one, I think, in my opinion, you can fight me in the comments about this one. Like, it depends on the time and situation. It's kind of wild. First off, it's not shocking the answer. It's shocking that the question was asked. Like, does that smell? Like, dude, damn. Like, damn. I did not in a million years expect to see that question. I did not read this all the way. I read some of it, but I did not read that part of it. Yeah, so there is that. But I mean, hey, there's a lot of things coming for the future. So nice little confirmations. Let me know what you think. Extension on Laplace's past. Marion's past also. How Suyun became how Suyun kind of is as a person, a terrible person. Beyond that, we now know that Rapunzel was okay, and we also know that we're getting in the future a Air Force Nikke and one more thing that I missed probably. What was it? I don't remember. There was one more thing I forgot. But yeah, that's it. That's the entire thing. So let me know, W or L. And that's it. Take care. Have fun. Peace out. Dash Bennett for me. Dash Bennett.